This is a story about a hotel that was built with hope, but slowly filled with memories that refused to die. It's a story about a place where silence feels heavy, where walls seem to listen, and where nights feel longer than they should. This is the story of the Stanley Hotel. Standing alone in the mountains of Estes Park, Colorado, the Stanley Hotel looks peaceful from a distance. Its white walls glow softly against the dark pine trees. Its wide windows reflect the sky, and behind it, the Rocky Mountains rise like silent giants. Everything about the hotel looks calm and welcoming, yet something about it just feels wrong. Peace is not always safety. Some places don't attack you. They don't scream or chase. They simply watch. And once they know you, they never forget. The drive to Estes Park feels strange in a way that's difficult to explain. Tall pine trees line both sides of the road like quiet guards, standing still as cars pass between them. With every mile, the mountains rise higher, the air becomes thinner, and the cold slowly settles in. Many visitors describe a sense of calm during this drive, as if the outside world is being left behind. Others feel uneasy without knowing why. Some experience headaches, some feel a sudden sadness, and some feel as if there's someone else in the car with them. Almost everyone agrees on one thing. The closer they get to the Stanley Hotel, the quieter the world becomes. Radio signals weaken, phone calls drop, and even the wind begins to sound different. Then the road turns, and the hotel appears, sitting above the valley, silent and watching. Long before the hotel existed, there were only mountains. Native American tribes believed these mountains were alive. They believed spirits lived here long before humans arrived. Not demons and not angels, but something much older. They avoided certain areas, saying the land remembered pain. When fog moves through Estes Park, it doesn't feel natural. It feels intentional, as if the land itself is breathing. The Stanley Hotel was built on land that already carried memories. In 1907, a man named Freelan Oscar Stanley arrived in Estes Park. Doctors had already given up on him. Tuberculosis was killing him slowly. He was weak, thin, and coughing blood. He came to the mountains expecting to die peacefully, but something unexpected happened. The cold air helped him breathe. The mountain climate strengthened his lungs. Slowly, day by day, he recovered. Stanley believed the mountains had saved his life. Out of gratitude, he decided to build a hotel, not just a business, but a place of healing where others could recover as he had. But sometimes, places take more than they give. Construction began in 1908, and from the very beginning, workers felt uneasy. They heard footsteps behind them, but when they turned around, no one was there. Doors opened by themselves. Cold air moved through rooms that were completely closed. Tools went missing and later appeared in places where no one had been working. One worker quit after hearing his own name whispered in an empty hallway. The hotel wasn't even finished, yet it already felt occupied. When the Stanley Hotel officially opened in 1909, it was considered modern and luxurious. Far ahead of its time, it had electric lights, elevators, and a grand concert hall. Guests praised its beauty and elegance, but staff members noticed strange things almost immediately. Some rooms felt colder than others. Footsteps echoed through hallways late at night. Music played from the piano when no one was near it. Some guests complained of nightmares, dreams of being watched, dreams of walking the same halls over and over again without ever finding an exit, and the hotel just seemed to smile back at them. In 1911, a housekeeper named Elizabeth Wilson entered room 217 to do her daily work. Nothing seemed unusual. She lit a candle to inspect the room. What happened next changed the Stanley forever. A gas explosion ripped through the room, throwing Elizabeth from the second floor. Her body crashed into the snow below. Everyone believed she was dead, but she survived. Doctors couldn't explain how. Her bones healed, her body recovered, but something else remained broken. Elizabeth returned to work, but people noticed she was different, quieter, distant. Some said she spoke to empty rooms. Years after her death, guests began reporting strange activity in room 217. Clothes were folded neatly. Bags were unpacked. Lights turned off on their own. Some guests felt a hand gently touch their shoulder. Others felt someone watching them while they slept. Room 217 doesn't feel violent. It feels aware. At night, the Stanley Hotel changes. Hallways feel longer, sounds echo in unnatural ways, and doors close softly on their own. Footsteps follow guests and then suddenly stop. Staff members avoid working alone, especially after midnight. They say the hotel becomes more active at night, particularly at exactly 3 a.m. Guests often report seeing a tall man standing silently on the staircase, wearing a suit, his hands folded behind his back, watching. They believe it is Freelan Oscar Stanley himself. He never speaks. If someone approaches him, he disappears. Some say paranormal activity increases after guests complain about the hotel, as if something is offended. Parents have reported hearing children laughing and running through the hallways late at night. The sound of footsteps echoes, then suddenly stops. No children are registered on those floors. Children staying at the hotel often say they've made new friends no one else can see. The concert hall is rarely empty. Pianos play on their own, and the music stops the moment someone opens the door. Guests hear soft, polite applause, as if an audience never left. The Stanley Hotel doesn't attack. It remembers. It observes. It waits. This isn't a story about one ghost or one room. It's about a place that learned how to keep souls with it. And this was only the beginning. The night shift staff know there are rules that are never written. Never whistle at night. Never run in the hallways. Never speak loudly after midnight. And never, ever challenge what you cannot see. One night shift employee laughed at these rules and said ghost stories were just for tourists. That same night, he heard footsteps following him from the lobby all the way to the 3rd floor. When he stopped walking, the footsteps stopped. When he turned around, there was nothing. He quit the next morning and never explained why. There is something wrong with 3 a.m. at the Stanley, not before and not after, exactly 3. Guests wake up suddenly with their hearts racing. Some feel cold breath on their face. Some hear their name whispered. Security systems record motion, but the cameras show empty hallways. Staff say the hotel feels awake at that hour, as if it has been waiting for something. Mirrors inside the Stanley feel different. Reflections sometimes move slightly slower. You smile, and the reflection smiles a fraction of a second late. Some guests wave their hand and see the reflection follow after a tiny pause. One woman reported seeing someone standing behind her in the mirror. When she turned around, no one was there, but the mirror still showed a figure smiling. Room 401 is colder than the others. Guests often see a woman in white standing near the window, staring out toward the mountains. Her face is calm, but filled with sadness. She never looks directly at anyone. Some believe she was waiting for someone who never returned. Others believe she represents regret. Guests who see her feel an overwhelming sadness, sometimes crying without knowing why. She doesn't harm. She reminds. Children notice more than adults. They speak to friends in the hallways, friends wearing old-fashioned clothes who don't answer grown-ups. One child once asked his mother why those children never go home. The child did not. Some guests try to provoke the hotel. They shout, mock, and challenge what they can't see. These guests experience the most intense activity: doors slamming, lights flickering, objects falling from shelves. The Stanley doesn't respond well to disrespect. It isn't angry. It's offended. Stephen King wasn't the only artist affected by this place. Writers, musicians, and artists often report strange bursts of inspiration after staying here. They dream vividly, feel watched, and wake up with ideas that don't feel like their own. Some say the hotel gives stories. Others believe it takes something in return. After midnight, the concert hall feels heavy. Guests hear a piano playing slow, incorrect notes. Not music, but practice, as if someone is trying to remember how to play. Soft applause sometimes follows, as if unseen spirits are encouraging one another. Older staff members know more than they say. Quietly, they admit that some rooms are never empty, some hallways feel crowded, and some nights feel watched. They greet empty spaces and say, "Excuse me," because pretending nothing is there just makes things worse. One guest stayed alone for 3 nights and complained of whispers, dreams, and being followed. On the 4th morning, his room was empty. No luggage, no checkout. His name just remains in the old records. There was never an explanation. Some guests feel pulled back to the Stanley. They dream of it. They miss it, as if the hotel borrowed a memory and they want it back. Some return every year, saying the hotel feels familiar, like home. The Stanley Hotel is not one ghost. It's many moments trapped together: laughter, regret, music, and loneliness. It doesn't hunt, it remembers. And memory is powerful. If you stay long enough, you stop feeling like a visitor. You start feeling like you belong. And that is the most dangerous part. Because once the Stanley accepts you, it never truly lets you go. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most mysterious places. See you next time.